This was an old record player, an old Dansette Bermuda, which I picked up for I think it was £20, and I've stripped it down. It actually works, believe it or not, but the main thing is the casings, and although it's all in one piece, as you can see, it's absolutely grubby. It's obviously been in a shed outside, I would imagine, because when I took all the locks off and the actual feet and everything and the hinges, they was completely rusted in. So obviously it's been stuck outside. I've got the amplifier out. The amplifier, as I said, actually works, which sits on there, and these, as you know, can command £300 plus once they're refurbished. But looking around it, as I say, this has had obviously years and years of grime in it. But I'm just going to give this one just a quick clean, just to show you what you can achieve. Although it's really, really dirty, as you can see, I'm just going to give it a basic wash with some washing solution, and just to show you what these things actually can come up like with a little work. Now, as I said, all the rexine, that's the covering. This is like a leatherette cloth or leather paper cloth, which these was originally covered with in the 50s and early 60s. This one actually seems all intact. As I say, there's no marks on it. It's not damaged to any great extent. There's no real woodworm visible on this unit. So I'm just going to give it a clean up, and let's see what sort of look we can get on this. Now, initially, what I like to do with these before I actually start cleaning them is just to give them a hoover out. So pick out all the big bits inside. There's normally little bits of toys and stuff floating about, and bits of pencil and stuff that I've just pulled out there. Get rid of them, and basically just give it a good old hoover out, and then we can start wiping it down with some sort of detergent. Right, that's a basic hoover out. So let's now get some detergent and give it a wipe over. Okay then, here's after a little, just a wipe down with a soapy solution, and as you can see, it looks a whole lot different. It's back to its retro look. Now what I could do, and what I probably will do, is to basically just get a blue boot polish or something like that, and give it a going over, and just to richen the colour up again and give it a nice finish. Right, we're back inside now, and what I'm going to do now, I was actually going to use boot polish on this, but I'm not now. What I'm going to do is to actually dye the surface as opposed to painting it. So I've been down the road and I bought some leather dye. It's a permanent dye, and it's in liquid form, and you just apply it with, as you can see there, probably just a little applicator that comes with it. Normally you use these for shoe application. There's the box there if I just show you that. As I say, it's just a basic permanent dye in navy blue, and we're going to give that a go doing this. So initially what I'm going to do is just to again, I've read the instructions, and what it says is to dry it off, wash it down with soap and water, which I've actually done. It does say put gloves on actually, but again, I've never actually done this before, so this is a new for me. You've got to put an even coat on, so I'm going to try and basically just go over here with an even coat in one direction. Again, it's not looking too bad. I'm hoping it's going to be okay when it dries. Let's have another dip. And then you've got to let it dry, obviously. So, obviously, I'm going to put one coat on first and then allow it to dry. Just run down the back there. So, again, this is a whole new thing for me. I've never done this before with shoe dye. And apparently after it's dried you can either give it another coat and then you buff it up with a polishing cream or whatever. So there's one coat on there. I'm just going to turn it over onto the back because that's where it did run. And again, just going across it in even strokes. I'm not trying to go over once I've been on an area. I'm just going to try and carry on and keep a constant flow if at all possible, because I don't want obviously dark and light patches. As I say, I have painted a few of these old record players before, but the finish obviously doesn't look factory, but as this record player is basically just faded and it's lost its luster and the colour's faded, as I say, but what I'm hoping this is going to do is to revive the surface and keep it looking all sort of natural again. I'm going to go around everywhere. I've masked up the front of it where it was white, so I've just got to be a bit careful. When I come to the front area. Right, okay, it's looking okay at the moment, so we could be okay with this. I'm going to let that dry for a minute now, and if necessary I'll give it a second coat, so I'm going to give it 10 or so minutes.